more can I say?
Top Billin.
Yo, Top Billin. First order of business, make sure you get over to your boy's alternate channel, the Top Billin brand channel, so you can see me talk about baseball for sure. I definitely want to get back on my baseball John here. Got some time to pass, and I wholeheartedly missed baseball when it was gone, man. I was back. I've been absolutely pounding the pavement, doing everything you can think about, man. I done watched about 1,000 games already. Trying to fit that in between, of course, doing my content here at the channel. So, extremely passionate about baseball, but got other stuff on the channel, man. Be talking about high-performance vehicles. I'm huge on combat sports, been like that forever since I was a little kid. So, just different stuff like that, man. So, make sure you're on the Top Billin brand channel. I'll leave a link right there in the description, all right? All right, so here we go, man. A 10-game conference-only schedule is crazy when you think about it from the Georgia Bulldogs perspective, right? So, to me, Georgia is a huge winner in this, and it almost ensures that they should make the college football playoff. Now, will they make the college football playoffs? It remains to be seen. But it sets up very well for them to make the college football playoffs, not necessarily from what happened to it, but what happened to its division rival in Florida. So, Georgia is absolutely loaded. I done said this 50 million times. Don't have a dog in the fight. Nothing like that. You know me, always impartial, right down the middle, unbiased, everything you can think of. The roster is loaded. There are certain holes in the roster that people aren't talking about as much as they should be that I will talk about here at the end of this. But if we're just talking about talent for talent, I don't think anybody's more talented than the Georgia Bulldogs. You got some guys that are pushing it right there, like Ohio State's extremely talented. I think about Alabama. Alabama's extremely talented. There are certain teams out there that you know that are extremely talented, and they're right there with Georgia, but nobody more so than Georgia. And if you give Georgia a schedule, right, if you take away Georgia Tech and you take away Virginia, those are two teams that, let's be real here, I think Georgia would have beat those teams anyway, but you replace them with teams that I think that Georgia's going to beat anyway still, and that being Mississippi State and Arkansas. So you think about the Florida Gators now. I've talked about this for the last however many months. I think Florida is going to be very good. I mean, very good with a chance to beat Georgia. Like, if everything would have aligned the way it was, I hadn't made my pick yet, but just to let you know that the fact that I hadn't made a pick yet, that lends credence to what I think Florida will be this year. Florida's going to be outstanding this year. However, you can be outstanding and play a super rough schedule and it not look like you're outstanding. So that's what happened to Florida. They lost an opponent like Florida State, who I think will be improved, but you would have to favor the Gators going against Florida State, and then they lost whomever, I don't know, Eastern Tampon State or something like that. But you replace that with Alabama and Texas A&M. Damn, I'm not saying that the Florida Gators can't do it. Florida Gators could very well beat both of those teams. But those are going to be some hard-fought-ass games in addition to having to play Georgia. And it has LSU every year. So that's the difference right there. Much harder schedule for Florida. I think going into it, people were talking about how easy Florida's schedule was. Now it done straight did a 180, and it's just like, well, damn. Just those two teams are swapping out like that and adding Alabama and Texas A&M, man. I don't know. That could be the death knell there. I'm not totally going to write the Gators off because, like I said before, the Gators could still go through and beat all those teams. So, but suppose this, man. Suppose it happened like this. Suppose they beat Georgia and beat LSU or whatever like that. But lose to Alabama and A&M and then slip up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It just got that much more difficult for the Gators. But I like what the Gators are bringing to the table. I like the continuity of the fact that it hadn't changed anything. Same defensive coordinator. The hacker Dan Mullen's still sitting right there hacking into your defense. You bring back a quarterback for the first time that you should feel very comfortable with. And this time he will get starters reps in the offseason and being able to get and build on what he did last season. So Kyle Trask being that guy, and you have another guy in the bullpen, and Emory Jones, he's going to absolutely crush it as well when he gets his chance. Offensive line was a complete Achilles heel, but now it's experience. You bring most of those guys back. It has some experience. Maybe it improves. The defense, I think, should be lights out. Talented, super talented across the board, especially on the defensive line of scrimmage. And then the secondary, although it loses C.J. Henderson, it returns everyone else, and it has a budding star to me and Kyra Elam. But Georgia, Georgia is absolutely loaded, and it's loaded with a ton of upperclassmen now. So that's the thing. Like, this should be the year for all those 2018 cats. You do change coordinator, though, at the offensive. You do change your offensive coordinator, so you're also tweaking your philosophy. So what does that do for Georgia? Does it take a few games for that to take shape? Breaking in a new quarterback. And this right here, you're breaking in 4/5 of an offensive line. And the offensive line, to me, was shaky with 2 first-round draft picks on it. Now what do you do? And to me, you're not replacing those guys with guys that are as talented as the ones that left. That could be a quagmire, right? That could be one of those things where you're just like, well, damn, what went wrong for Georgia? Oh, shit, nobody was talking about the stuff that actually matters in college football or football in general, and that's the line of scrimmage play. However, Georgia will have a lot of rope to play with because the defense should be lights out. Defense returns damn near everybody. Anybody who was anybody, sans like a J.R. Reed, who I think is replaceable, obviously, and he didn't even get drafted. That's crazy to me, but J.R. Reed, man, who else? I feel like everybody's back of note, but the guys who aren't back, to me, is not detrimental because of the guys who are returning and what some of these guys will be in the future, like a Trayvon Walker. What do we see from Jordan Davis this year? He's going to be lights out. Your edge players could take a step up. Adam Anderson, hopefully he plays more if you're a Georgia fan and you want to see these guys succeed. Zizo Jalari. Does Nolan Smith take the next step? Back off the ball. You got freaking Monty Rice returning. Nakobe Dean, does he take the next step? He was already good as a freshman. All your cornerbacks return. And Eric Stokes could possibly be a first-round draft pick. DJ Daniel could surprise. To me, he has early draft pick talent. Does Tyson Campbell break into the next? Does Tyson Campbell become good? There's a lot of questions right there, but the answers are all on the test. So the defense will be lights out, and shit, they beat Arkansas and beat Mississippi State probably with their eyes closed. Now, both of those guys, those teams right there are changing coaches, but like, they shouldn't scare anybody. They're changing, you know what I'm saying? Even with the lack of knowing what they're going to do on offense and defense, I don't think the talent is there. So Georgia's a big winner in this, man. But I tell you this, if Georgia does, I don't want to hear another excuse. If Georgia does not win it this year, I don't want to hear the fans blaming anybody but Coach Smart. For real. You done blamed everybody. You done ran Jake Fromm out of here. You ran Jim Chaney up out of there. Like, come on. Now it's the time. You have zero excuses. You got your mobile quarterback that you wanted. You got him. You even got another quarterback on deck in JT Daniels, who could be very reminiscent of what you just had. All the answers are on the test, right? So you got to expect a team like Ohio State to be there. Ohio State is absolutely loaded. It has questions on defense, though. Does that help out your offense? Or will Ohio State get it together by the time you will see Ohio State? Or just in general, talking football, Alabama, I think, is going to be very good. And people are sleeping on Alabama for some odd reason, I guess because some big names are gone now with the receivers and the quarterback and everything like that. But all the answers are on the test to me for Alabama as well. It's got to replace the edge players, got to find out where the pass rush is going to come from. But the offense, to me, should be lights out. Mac Jones, I thought, was damn good when he played last year. And then, of course, you got a hot shot phenom coming in and Bryce Young at the quarterback position as well. The answer's on the test. LSU as well. To me, the answer's on the test. People are looking at what it lost. But what about all the guys that played that are coming back? LSU has a very good chance as well. Don't sleep on LSU. Penn State. I think Penn State's going to play some very good football, especially on defense, and that run game is just as good as anybody's. Could be the most loaded backfield across the country. And I'm looking at Oregon. I expect Oregon to make the playoffs. Oregon has a very good shot to make the playoffs, and it has a very loaded team as well. This college football season should be extremely interesting. Did lose some key matchups, but I'm not mad about the conference play, especially from the SEC standpoint right there. But if I am, I would be mad if I were the Florida Gators, though. So let me know what you guys thinking about that. It's crazy. Does Georgia come out huge here in this 10-game conference? I was going to wait till they actually release the schedule or whatever like that, but I got to go ahead and get this out and work on some other stuff. But let me know what you guys think about that. And remember, the link is in the description for the Top Billin Brand channel. Please subscribe to that for me. I need some people to talk baseball with. I have nobody to talk baseball with besides my mom. So I need to talk to somebody besides moms about baseball, all right? That being said, it's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.